channel name is 80 for News Channel. In a startling display of geopolitical posturing, Russian President Vladimir Putin has ramped up his country's naval presence near the island of Cuba, further exacerbating the already volatile tensions in global politics. The sight of nuclear-powered Russian vessels and the public interactions between Russian warships and local authorities have thrust this development into the international spotlight, underscoring the intricate dynamics that are shaping the world's security landscape. The recent Russian naval maneuvers in the Caribbean Sea have evoked haunting memories of the Cold War era, when the Soviet Union and the United States engaged in a fierce ideological and strategic competition for global influence. The proximity of these Russian naval assets to the United States, combined with Putin's increasingly bellicose rhetoric, has reignited fears of a resurgence of that bygone era of superpower rivalry. "This is a clear message from Putin to the West," remarked a senior defense analyst at a prominent Washington think tank. "He is flexing his muscles, demonstrating Russia's global reach and its ability to challenge the United States' dominance, even in its own backyard." The deployment of these Russian naval assets, including the nuclear-powered guided missile cruiser Pyotr Veliki and several supporting vessels, is seen as a strategic move to project Russian power and assert its influence in a region traditionally dominated by the United States. The public interactions between Russian sailors and Cuban officials have only further underscored the geopolitical implications of this development. As the world watches these events unfold, the diplomatic responses from the international community have been a mix of concern and cautious maneuvering. The United States, in particular, has found itself in a delicate position, needing to balance its concerns over Russian aggression with the desire to maintain stability and avoid escalating the situation into a direct confrontation. "We are closely monitoring the situation and are in constant communication with our allies and partners," stated the White House press secretary during a recent briefing. "While we take these developments seriously, we remain committed to pursuing diplomatic solutions and maintaining open channels of communication with the Russian government." The European Union and other key allies of the United States have also expressed their unease over the Russian naval presence near Cuba, calling for a de-escalation of tensions and a return to constructive dialogue. However, the challenge lies in crafting a unified response that balances the need for firm deterrence with the imperative of preventing a dangerous escalation of the conflict. Perhaps the most concerning aspect of the current situation is the potential for nuclear escalation. With both Russia and the United States possessing vast nuclear arsenals, any miscalculation or misunderstanding could have catastrophic consequences for the entire world. The presence of nuclear-powered vessels in such close proximity to the United States is deeply troubling, warned a senior official at the International Atomic Energy Agency. "The risks of an accidental or unintended incident leading to a nuclear exchange are simply too high to ignore." The specter of nuclear warfare has loomed large over the global security landscape in recent years, with both Russia and the United States modernizing and expanding their nuclear capabilities. The current tensions near Cuba have only heightened the sense of urgency in addressing this existential threat to humanity. As the world grapples with the implications of Russia's naval presence near Cuba, the potential scenarios that could unfold are both complex and concerning. The stakes could not be higher, as the delicate balance of global power hangs in the balance. One potential outcome could be a renewed push for diplomatic negotiations, with both Russia and the United States seeking to find common ground and de-escalate the situation. This would require significant concessions and a willingness to compromise on both sides, a daunting task given the deep-rooted mistrust and hostility that has characterized the relationship between the two superpowers in recent years. Alternatively, the situation could deteriorate further, leading to a more confrontational approach. This could involve increased military posturing, the deployment of additional naval assets, or even the risk of a direct confrontation between Russian and American forces. Such a scenario would have devastating consequences, not only for the two countries involved but for the entire global community. We are truly at a crossroads in international relations, observed a seasoned diplomat from the United Nations. The decisions made in the coming weeks and months will have far-reaching implications for the future of global security and stability. The world is watching, and the stakes have never been higher as the international community grapples with these complex and rapidly evolving developments. One thing remains clear: the global order is being tested, and the outcome of this test will shape the course of history for generations to come.